I got new skates. So these are the Gawds Franky Morales 3. And they might be too cool for me. So a huge thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon for helping us get the funds for these reviews. We buy the skates using our own money. That lets us do unbiased reviews, and we couldn't do it without your support. So Gawds started, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago by Franky Morales, and he was making soft goods, wheels, accessories, things like that. About 3 years ago, maybe in 2018, Gawds started making skates. The FM1 was the first in the line, and it had a very similar look to this FM3. The sole plate was different, but the basic construction was very similar. It's based on the USD Carbon Free, which is a single body boot design. The Carbon Free has an internal plastic skeleton with an internal integrated liner and a skin around it, which makes it like this very composed look for a boot. The sole plates on the FM1, the original ones, were custom made machined sole plates. These are the USD VII sole plates. These are the ones that came on the USD VII skate. And they don't fit quite as well, but for me, I absolutely love these sole plates. I've skated them on a few different skates. I've skated the USD VII, and I absolutely love the way they perform. One of the cool things about this skate is it is a flat bottom boot, which means that the UFS frame that mounts completely flat will mount completely flat to the boot. So inside, in order to get that heel raise so that you get that natural forward lean, that athletic position when you're skating, they have an internal shock absorber which has a nice thick heel bed. That means that you're going to get a lot more comfort when you're doing gaps and grinds. They come with the Kizer Fluid IV frames. These are my favorite anti-rocker frames. If anybody's looking for a great frame for anti-rocker, I always recommend the Kizer Fluid IV. It's not really designed to skate flat, but has a really nice wide groove, big deep chamfer for the lock around the H block. I think it fits up to a 60, maybe a 62 millimeter wheel, but it is only designed for anti-rocker. So if you tried to put big wheels on the inside here, you would have some wheel bite. The wheels would rub over the H block, which is not ideal. So today I'm at Durham Skate Park. This is my local spot, and this is where I always like to test my skates. I'm gonna do a few airs and skate around the park and see how the feel fits. I'm gonna do a few grinds to test the sole, and then I'm gonna test the grooves and see if I could do all of my normal tricks on my normal ledge with these skates. So these are the size 44 skates. My foot is 28.5 centimeters, my longest foot, and these are rated for 28.3 in Mondo. Mondo is the connection between millimeters and sizing. I gotta say they feel just fine. I've got plenty of room in my toes to wiggle around. I don't feel cramped. I have a little bit of tightness on the arch area, but I feel like that will break in pretty quickly. A little bit of tightness on the tongue and around the cuffs, but again, I feel like that will break in pretty quickly. Overall, I think these are the perfect size for me. I'm feeling pretty fast. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm skating really fast. I don't know if it's the bearings or the wheels. The wheels feel okay, a little bouncy, which is good, but also when I'm turning, I feel a little bit of a slide, so I don't get the grip that I like. It might be a profile issue, since they're flat on the bottom versus a full rounded, which is what I prefer. But definitely don't have any initial complaints about these wheels. They're fast, they feel bouncy, they feel good. All right, let's try some grinds. All right, soles feel amazing. Absolutely loving this. You know, I am very familiar with the USD VII sole plate, so I knew kind of what I was getting myself into. Absolutely no concerns here with the sole. It's super wide, if not maybe too wide, but definitely slides fast, big area so you don't miss. I love the balance. So I'm used to skating the USD Carbon. This is a daughter of the USD Carbon. It's the carbon free, so it's the same skate, same internals, but with a plastic skeleton instead of the carbon skeleton. So my ride height and my angle feels almost identical to my favorite skates. If anything, these have a little bit more flex. So I'm going to be really curious to see what Royales feel like. All right, as expected, these are super easy to Royale in. The deep, wide groove gives you plenty of target for locking on the ledge. The wide sole plate means that you're not going to slip out when you get boot down, and getting boot down is super easy, almost too easy. It feels like I'm not boot down. I feel like I'm standing up way too straight because the angle between this wide sole plate where it touches the groove and then the deep, low groove of the frame just creates this barely like 20-degree grind angle. I'm more of a fan of like a slightly deeper one. This is probably really good for people trying to learn though. I always recommend the Fluid IVs for people who are just wanting an anti-rocker frame and just want to grind all the things. This is a really easy frame to learn how to do that. Yeah, absolutely no complaints. It's not for me, but it's definitely, I can see the value in this frame. I'm really liking these. I can't say that I'm surprised. You know, I really like the USD Carbons, and this is really a flexier version of the USD Carbon. The fit feels the same. The USD VII sole plates I'm already used to, so it really feels like I'm locking on fine. Sole tricks are a breeze. Not a fan of the Royale. I feel like the frame is a little too deep, and I don't feel like I'm locking on the way that I like to with Royales, but other than that, these are great. Absolutely recommended. I'm going to skate these for about a month. You know, first impressions are one thing, but being able to see how they evolve with consistent abuse is what's important. Are they going to fray? Are they going to fall apart? Am I going to damage the skins? Is it going to start hurting my feet? All of this and more in future episodes. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can get those episodes, and give me a like if you like what I'm doing. Really appreciate it. Thanks again to all of our supporters on Patreon for helping us get the funds for these skates so that we could purchase them outright and have an unbiased review. So far, thumbs up. Loving these skates. I think they're a really great investment. They fit my feet perfectly. They feel just great on every trick that I've tried. I hope they hold up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.